What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrubae here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today I wanted to talk about something that I thought was pretty crazy. There's an influencer, a prankster, I guess, on like Russian social media that just got sentenced to 3.5 years in the Gulag for a prank he did. And let's talk about it.
Nice rack in her ass Brazilian. Just turned 21, but my bank's a million.
Alright, guys, now I think we all know that pranking YouTubers kind of go like one of two ways, right? They either peter out or they reach the point where they have to just keep getting more and more extreme to where like their pranks just kind of stop being funny. The bank robbery prank just isn't as funny as you walking up to people and asking them if they have 3 legs, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it just ends up going too far. We're gonna rob an armored car as a prank. And yeah, you know, I guess this is just one of those guys that took it a little bit too far in the name of pranking. Influencers sent to Gulag for 3.5 years for pranking taxi driver. Now, I know what you're thinking, dude. Pranking a taxi driver doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. You know, why are they sending someone to jail for 3.5 years for pranking the taxi driver? And that would be fair if what they did could be considered a prank, but based on the explanation in this article, that's just not necessarily the case. Basically, what they did is they call a taxi, the taxi pulls up. One guy gets in the back of the taxi and says his friend has some shopping bags he needs help with, and when the taxi driver gets out to help him, he jumps in the driver's seat and just steals his car, right? Like, they just stole his car as a prank. And, you know, obviously their plan was to bring it back. But this taxi driver doesn't know that, and to me, it's just not necessarily funny to put someone through the stress of thinking their livelihood just got stolen. Like, put yourself in this guy's shoes. He has to put food on the table for his family, right? He does that through driving a taxi. You make him think that his entire life is gone for 5 minutes. How's he gonna feed his kids? How's he gonna, you know, make sure that they can get pencils for school? All those thoughts going through his mind so you can get a YouTube clip of you stealing his taxi. It's just not worth it. These 3 men were found guilty of committing crime under paragraph 2 of Article 166 of the Criminal Code of Russian Federation, where they were sentenced to real imprisonment for a period of 3 years and 6 months with serving imprisonment in a general regime penal colony, the authorities said on Thursday. Following this sentence, the 3 influencers were taken into custody. In March, bloggers called Uber-type taxi for a prank, and when the car pulled up, 2 of them got into the cabin and asked the driver to open the trunk and help their friend load the bags, and after the taxi driver got out, one of the bloggers got behind the wheel of a BMW and drove away. Yeah, like I said, man, I just don't really know how this is like a good prank for YouTube, right? I understand that they brought the car back and like I'm pretty sure that that was included in the sentencing. But for those 5 minutes, you did kind of commit Grand Theft Auto, or like the Russian version of it, right? Something that definitely they don't want people thinking it's okay to go out and do. And then on top of it, dude, it's not like you just pulled a prank on this poor taxi driver and like, you know, the police came, yelled at you, taught you a lesson. Your plan was to post it on the internet, and basically, like, I understand they weren't telling people to do it, it's not their fault, but at the same time, if you see a video of someone thinking it's okay to do this to a taxi driver, like it goes viral, gets 60 million views, you know, some stupid kids out there are gonna be dumb enough to try it again. And obviously, if you need people to be like, no, people don't do stupid stuff they see online. Yeah, you don't, because you're a smart person. I don't, because I'm a smart person. There's tons of kids out there that did get suspended from school because of the Devious Licks challenge, bro. Like, we hate to admit it, but there's definitely people dumb enough out there to see something on YouTube and try it in real life. Those people shouldn't be doing that, because you definitely shouldn't be taking, like, life advice from pranksters on YouTube, right? But we all know that in today's world where, like, everyone's so obsessed with internet clout, someone's gonna be dumb enough to try to copy this if it gets posted, which is also why they probably brought down the hammer on you. Nothing sends a message of stop filming stupid prank videos that border on being illegal quite like sending somebody to jail for 3.5 years. And even then, a general regime penal colony, that just doesn't sound very swag. You know, I'm assuming Russian prisons are tough. Prison doesn't sound fun anywhere. But if you get sent to the Gulag, like that's a special type of prison. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just the Russian word for prison and I'm a dumb American right now. But if I get sent to the Gulag, I'm preparing for the 1v1. You know what I mean? I know I gotta walk up to the biggest, burliest Russian man in there and punch him in the face and hope for the best. A few minutes later, the bloggers returned and told the taxi driver this was a prank. Nevertheless, by that time, the taxi driver had called the police. Bloggers sentenced to imprisonment regularly filmed videos with various pranks, and one of them who was in the car filmed what was happening on video, including the driver's reaction. One of the convicts, Ramir Kashanov, has previously had many problems with the law because of his pranks in the blogger's homeland, Kazakhstan. In March 2020, he scared passengers of the Alma-Ata metro. Kasanov began to demonstratively coughing in a carriage full of people, bringing a napkin with fake blood to his mouth. Yeah, so these guys are just the kings of like doing pranks that are just way too far and like not really that funny anymore, bro. Like March 2020, we're talking brand new pandemic, peak of this all. They're just coughing up blood on a metro train. Like it's just not very funny when you like put it that way. Like that one's not very swag, and on top of it, this one, dude, like some poor taxi driver. This guy's probably had a long enough day. You steal his car, and you gave him enough time. Like you drove far enough away and were gone for long enough time where he really thought it was stolen and called the cops. Maybe he called the cops right away, but even then, that's his right. If he thinks his car just got stolen, like he comes to pick somebody up, next thing you know, his car is missing. What do you think his next move was gonna be? Politely wait and hope that you're a YouTuber that's gonna return his car? Or call the police while he still knows that you have the car and haven't gotten it to a chop shop to get all the parts taken off of it. I'm just saying, you like can't play with fire and be surprised when you get burned, right? You know what I mean? Like if you steal someone's car and they call the police and the police arrest you for stealing a car, it's kind of like, yeah, okay. Influencers will likely be sent to a camp around 500 kilometers from Moscow. The camps are generally located in small towns and regions that are difficult to access, and the camps themselves are about 4 hectaacres in size with a single story and 2-story brick buildings. They were built at least 50 years ago or in a bad state. Camps generally house between 800 detainees, where prisoners live in barracks of between 100 and 120 people. They sleep on bunk beds in rooms that were originally built to hold 60. There's 1 toilet and 1 wash bin per barrack, so nothing these influencers are used to. All right. Here's the hot take, bro. This just sounds like an awful punishment for anyone. I understand it's Russian prison. I knew it was going to be rough, but like you're at a work camp where you have to share a bathroom with 120 people. I guarantee you that they're going to learn their lesson and never try to prank somebody by stealing their car again. But is it bad that I feel like this might be like the tiniest smidgel a little excessive? I know. I've been clowning on them. I think they're idiots. They definitely deserve a punishment, but I just don't really know if I could recommend anybody go to conditions like that, except for like the worst of the worst criminals, obviously, you know. You're like some crazy dude that's murdered 15 people. You kind of deserve to go to the work colony, bro. I just don't know if everybody deserves to go to something that brutal. Hey, that being said, you did steal a car. It is what it is. Like, I understand the law is the law, but my goodness, I just feel like this might have an impact of turning these influencers into, like, some hardened criminals, dude. I don't feel like you come out of those conditions the same person after 3.5 years. Either way, guys, moral of the story, don't steal people's cars for pranks on YouTube, and you won't ever have to go live in a gulag at the end of the day. It's just that simple. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed, please be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comments section down below what you thought, and, of course, subscribe if you're new and turn on notifications. If you really want to help me out, check out the intro song in the description down below, along with a link to my podcast, The Scuffed Cast, or of course you could use code Scrubae at the G Fuel checkout. Great way to get a discount on G Fuel and help me out. I'd appreciate it. And last but not least, I got 2 things to plug. First things first, the Storytime Spotify is in the description. It's a fantastic place to listen to the story times without having to watch the gameplay, and you can do it offline. That'll be in the description, like I said. And we got the Christmas Karen sweater, as you can tell, the most festive merch to ever be released. That link's at the top of the description. Be sure to check it out. I would really, really appreciate it. And yeah, on that note, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I'll see you guys all next time. I'm out. Peace.